Hi, and welcome to the show. I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and I am super excited about today's show. But I always try to start with my hair. Now, if you are on the radio, you won't be able to see me unless you go to my YouTube page and type in Lisa Akbari, and then you'll see my latest broadcast. Now, I'm going to do some things with my hair. I'm going to take my sunglasses off. Forgot I had those on. Take my ponytail holder off, and I'm going to show you what I've used this time. I used one of these headbands. Now, a lot of people ask about narrow headbands, and these narrow headbands are okay as long as it has that smooth fabric on them and it doesn't have that little metal attachment. These narrow ones have these like nylon type glue that have that gives you that nice shiny smooth. Anything that's smooth, nothing catching, smooth fabric, you're okay. All right, so I'm using that. Let me step back just a little bit. Well, it's like I said, if you're on the radio, you won't see me, but welcome everyone out there on the radio. And as you guys are signing in on my YouTube page, I'm broadcasting live right here in the WDI studios, and I'm here each and every week here at WDI Studios and iHeartRadio. Okay, so let's take this and we're going to just take, and what I'm doing is I'm grabbing my hair and sliding down and actually kind of gripping it a little bit and sliding down. And what I'm doing is getting my hair to just kind of relax a little bit for me. So I'm just kind of shaking my hand and shaking the hair and sliding down. I've had it in the scrunchie, and the scrunchie gives it a little stretch, okay? And then I'm taking the opposite side, and I'm sliding it down. And it just kind of pushes out. And you guys know, if you don't know, I do like a curly fro at night, these big twists. And now I'm going to take and I'm going to pull my hand under, and I'm just going to slide straight down. Now, I'm not going to pull through because then I'll end up breaking my hair. And so I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to fluff. And then you may see difference by fluffing your hair. Our guests are logging in. We're doing some hangouts as we talk about the struggles Black women have with their hair. So they're logging in, guys. So if you see a face pop up there like Michelle or a Christian, and then you know that they're messing with their little cursor and they just won't sit still. But that's okay. But anyways, welcome to the show, everyone. But I am fluffing my fro. So if you can see this, if Michelle will stop interrupting, we'll let you see my hair. So now, sorry, still smiling. Okay, all right. See, look at my fro. We can say, "Yay!" You guys are not clapping for my fro.
Yeah, I gave you a little clap. I was like,
yeah, I think Michelle's a little jealous because I can't do this fro because he's now wearing texturizer or some kind of chemical voodoo. I'm not against chemicals. I'm a professional. I see patients with chemicals all the time, but I know she's a little jealous. She's like, darn, if I had to put that chemical in, I could probably do that. Okay. I have my own Get the Length program, so you see my fro is getting longer and longer, but I'm here, ladies on the radio. I know you can't see me, but that's okay. You can go to my YouTube page, and then you will be able to see me. Well, welcome to the show, guys. As I said, I am really super excited about the show. We're doing a little bit of hangout with Michelle and Christian, and Michelle and Christian are always ready with the questions about the folks that they meet every day. Michelle works with women with all types of hair. I mean, she's always counseling them about their hair, pointing them in the right direction, whether they need an analysis or whether or not they need a good salon visit or whether they need great hair products. And then you have Kristen, the most fit woman ever, the most fit one I know. I don't care what you guys say. And she is always working with women who work out, who are saying things like, I'm not working out today because I just got my hair done. We're going to change that, and we're going to tell them how they can get their hair done and still be able to work out through Quick Fix and all those kinds of things. But Christian's always loaded with questions for me. And if you're just tuning in for the very first time, welcome to the show. I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, and for the next about 60 minutes, I'm going to be your hair doctor, and we're going to talk about Sidra Smith. You guys know Sidra Smith. She has this obsession with hair extension. Now, Sidra, and I think we have somebody else joining us. We're going to recognize her in just a minute. We have Sidra Smith, who is on Empire. Yeah, you guys know her. And she has a twin sister. I have twins. Did y'all know that? But anyway, Sidra is on Empire, and she has an identical twin. And they both are actors. And now, Sidra, the deal is she decided to do something with her hair. We're going to talk about that on Celebrity News. And then we're also going to talk about how to prevent your hair breaking and drying out doing your workouts, and how to keep that style, that quick fix. I'm going to add my little part to it. And I think we have also chatting with us, my assistant. Her name is Francita. And Francita's always getting all the questions. She sees everything because you know what? Francita looks under the microscope with me. She doesn't know what she's looking at all the time, but she's there. And she's taking all the notes, and she takes care of all of my patients. So we're excited. I don't know if she'll be able to be involved, and maybe she has a question or two from some of the patients. That's always really good. But if you're just tuning in for the very first time, I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and we're going to talk about, I almost gave it away, Sidra Smith from the Empire, and talking about her obsession with extensions and what her mama told her when she was a little girl about relaxers and what she's done with her hair now. Well, if you're already online and you already keep up with Sidra Smith, then you already know what she's doing on the Empire. And I don't know. I think she kind of covers it up at the Empire, but we'll find out that as well. And we are going to talk about working out and hair breakage, and how to prevent hair breakage and working out, and how to prevent sweating and frizzy. Okay, let's welcome our guests. First, we want to welcome Michelle. Hey, Michelle, what's going on over there?
Oh, everything's going great. Can't complain. We're just doing wonderful things with the answering questions and trying to help clients with their hair care needs. So that's our day to day. So everything's going good.
You're on the move. You look like you're on the move.
Yeah, I'm mobile today.
In the institute over there at the World Trichology Institute, you can talk to some of the patients. Hey, that would be super duper as well.
Let me see if I'll let them be able. Let me talk with them.
Some of them are a little shy about being on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. You're finally on the camera since you've been trying to get on since we started a few minutes ago. I know those little mouths, they're a little uncontrollable and they just kind of wiggle around. Okay, we also have Kristen. Welcome, Kristen, to the show.
Thank you so much. Hey.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing so well.
Oh, super duper. And I know you're loaded. She's got her jacket on, so I know she's got to train somebody as soon as she can jet out of here. So how long we can hold her here with us and get those questions in, because you guys are always great about those questions. But we're going to start in this topic today about working out, Kristen. I really want you to hang out a little bit for that. But we're going to start with Sidra Smith. Now, Sidra Smith has done something really interesting with her hair. She's, as you know, she is on Empire. And that's a big famous show that everybody's still obsessed with. And she had this obsession with hair extensions. She also did something when she was younger. She was like 12, and she told her mom, she said, "Hey, Mom, I want to relax her. I'm old enough. I'm 12. Her mom said she worried her mom so much that her mom said, "Fine, you can have a relaxer, but you're going to go bald if you do that." And so she let her have a relaxer. See, moms out there, sometimes you have to kind of go with the flow with your children because it's hair. Okay, if something happens, and I know you're going to say, "No way, I'm not going to let her do that," because when I grew up, you just could not touch your hair. Once your mom combed it, once she did whatever she's going to do to it, that was it. You better not touch your hair. But nowadays, our what are they called? Tweens. They're not teenagers, but they're right before teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
They rule. They have numbers are showing that they buying power. Oh my goodness. They don't have a job. No job. but they can control moms and dads. They are the number one controllers of moms and dads across the country and outside of the country, I'm sure. But anyway, so this tween at 12, Sidra, at that time, she told her mom she wanted a relaxer. And her mom said, you'll go bald if you get one. And sure enough, she got her relaxer. Now, she started having problems with her hair. And over a period of time, she was trying to promote some things that she was doing as an adult. And she said, you know what? I am tired of this relaxer. What should I do? And so she decided to do what? Guess what she did? Shaved her head. That's right. Sidra Smith on Empire shaved her head. And now she's bald. She's bald. She is rocking this bald look. You know what? She's truly said that I am more than my hair. Because
That's a big step.
That's a big step. You want to say something about Sidra?
Yeah, I was just saying that's a big step. You got to be bold to do something like that. To pull it off, you got to have like the ultimate confidence. It's not like you can just do that and then feel bad about yourself or not have confidence and believe that you look good, regardless of what you have on, regardless if you have makeup. If you're rocking a bald head, then that means that your confidence is through the roof.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's all about the face. You're right, Michelle. You were trying to say something?
No, I was just in agreement with that. I think. I don't know. When I did the big shop a long time ago, before I went and got the texturizer again, I had to gradually go to that level of going natural after wearing a relaxer for 16 years, or more, all my life pretty much. And so I don't think I could have did. It was enough doing the big job, but I know I could have made that move like Citra did.
And I want to make sure I had y'all's microphone over close enough to hear you guys. Okay, yeah, I know it's pretty a big deal, but you know what? It's not just your hair. I mean, we've all had some discussions about head shapes. Now, for me, I don't know. You know, I may do it maybe one day. It depends if I need to prove a point. Now, I relaxed my hair in 2009 to show women how to transition. So I may at some point shave my head. I don't know. I'd have to kind of talk to my husband about that.
Yeah, that's key.
Yep.
You know, I have a very round head, so I don't know about this round head being shaved. And Kristen, what did you say? What's wrong with your face? Why you wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't do it because I feel like I go through like ups and downs as a woman, and I might just wake up one morning the same with my hair. I might feel like I do not like this. I want something different. But the great thing about it is that you can go bald and then you can put on a wig and it looks so natural. So it might not be necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know if that's a big commitment. That's like all in or nothing.
Very quick.
Now you're saying put a wig on top of your head and you're going to be working out. I don't think so. And me with my round head, putting a wig on it, wigs are wonderful. You are so right. And I encourage my patients. I tell them it's like a cast on a broken leg. Once you heal and once you regrow your hair, you will wear your hair. But I might have to just wear the bald head if I shave. Yeah, that's true. Okay, guys, this is pretty cool. So that was our celebrity news. If you have celebrity news that you want to share with me, something exciting about a celebrity that you want me to talk about, it's all in fun. I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. Sometimes it's really serious. Like some people are going bald because of inner follicular activity becoming a negative process. So in other words, their follicle is just not functioning the way it should. Some people shave their head. I have a person that I know. I went into her business one day and she had a shaved head. And I was like, what happened? I thought she was sick. Automatically, you know, we do think that with women when they have shaved head, we're thinking, oh, something's wrong. That's what I've thought in the past, and many have expressed that that's what they think. Well, she has a friend who has breast cancer, and her friend is going through chemo, and she lost her hair. So therefore, she shaved her head with her friend. I thought it was beautiful. I was like, oh my goodness, tear time. That was really sweet. So I may do something like that. Who knows? I pray I never have to deal with that with someone. But if I do, I might. We just don't know what we'll do in the future. And I'll just have to rock, 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 rock the ball around the head. But anyway, so if you're just first time, I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and we're going to be here for the next 45 minutes. And we're going to talk about many things, but we just finished talking about our celebrity session, which was Sidra Smith, who rocked her bald head. She shaved her head for her own reasons. She just wanted to do it. And if you have, as I was about to say earlier, if you have a celebrity that you'd like me to speak about, email me, Lisa at lisaakbari.com. That's Lisa, Lisa, at Lisa, akbari.com, and tell me about a celebrity and what they're doing, whether it's with their children, whether there's something seriously going on with their hair, or whether it's some kind of funky, wild hair on the edgy hairstyle that they've decided to wear that you want me to talk about. It's all in fun, and sometimes it's a little more serious, like we talked about Naomi Campbell and how she lost her hairline because of frontal lace wigs and weave. So there's a lot of things that we do talk about that are serious. Let's start with you. Tell me what's happening in your world before we go into this, how to prevent hair breakage during your workouts. But tell me a little bit about questions that some of your clients may have.
So it's always a struggle when you're working out of maintaining a hairstyle. Like this is difficult. Especially if you get it in, if you're the type of person, when you're working out, you want to give 110%. And you sweat in your scalp. It's difficult. You spend 45 to who knows how much on your hair, on hair products to keep your hair looking a certain way. But when you're working out, you can't maintain the style. So, I mean, it's an ongoing struggle for my clients and even myself sometimes. And that's why for me, the natural curly wash and go styles work a little bit better for me. But maintenance wise, it's just, we're always trying to find out what's the most convenient way to maintain a hairstyle and to still look good on a day-to-day basis, not only physically, but with your hair, because your hair is your everything.
But let me just say something to you, Kristen, and let me just kind of comment that way, and you can just tell me how you feel about it. And Michelle, you can chime in if you'd like as well.
Okay.
What I have found out with most of my patients, and even with myself, it's all about two things. One, what you are accustomed to doing to your hair, and two, what you're willing to do. Really, it's really not that hard. It's just about getting up off your hiney. Getting up and do it. Hiney is German for. Okay, the other piece is about making sure, and maybe somebody will correct me if I'm not right. I think that's German. But anyway, the other one is about, and I have to give a third one, but the other one is about really I'm feeling like doing it. It's kind of the same, but I said two. But the third one is knowing what to do. And that's what my show is all about, teaching you what to do. Just doing it. What to do. How can I do it quickly? And that's what we need. Knowing the quick fix, the different ways you can do it.
And that's the key thing is like quickness, like how fast, because usually it's a process to get your hair the style that it's in. 9 times out of 10, most women that I come across, we're not the best at doing our hair as our beautician. That's why we go to them. And so if I mess up my hair, if I get my hair done on Monday, mess it up by Wednesday, now I'm stuck with doing my hair, and it takes 3 to 4 hours for me to do it. So what's the quickest way? The quickest is
Christian, I'm going to call you on this because you can your pull back in a shampoo and go. Now, you can
I'm saying if I flat iron though. If I flat iron.
Okay, well then just be specific because you got a good, cute, quick fix there that you leave and you may not feel like redoing it. So I'm gonna go to bed with a ponytail. Lisa Akbari is not looking at me, so I can go out on in bed and just do nothing. Don't feel like you don't want to. Okay, Michelle, you're moving around awful lot. Do you have somebody in there you want me to talk to?
No, just trying to take care of some things here, but I'm moving.
At work, everybody. We love you, Michelle, because we know this is, even though we're on Sunday, we're broadcasting this, we're actually on Wednesday recording it, and we decided to get our hump day week. So people that You've been wonderful to go be at work. And I mean, she's on the move, guys. Y'all can see her in the background.
Yes.
Moving around, doing her job. And we love you, Michelle, for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about all this moving around.
I know. But Kristen, I'm going to call you on this because, again, like I said, if you're talking about, you're now more specific. You're saying, okay, it's the flat iron. The flat iron is the problem. I cannot maintain my hair with flat iron, and I'm working out and I'm sweating. I'm just kind of add to it for you. You're working out and you're sweating. I want to look cute. I'm going out with my honey on Friday night. So I'm going to church or whatever. I need to know, how do I keep my hair looking good? And I get it, but here's the deal. If you're going to use heated tools, and we've talked about heated tools, I mean, all the ways. You got to go to my website, get your cool down, make sure you've got all your protection for your heated tools. Ask me for a heated tool program and I'll get you that. But besides that, to maintain your hair, you need to make sure that you dress your hair for bed properly. Any hairstyle that you have, you must dress your hair for bed properly. And if you're going to wear flat iron and you're going to wear hair that is straight, you've got to get that hair around your head smooth so you can stay straight. Now, some people will do things like they'll just tie it up. But you've got to dress it as well. If you have very fine hair, you take a small amount of moisturizer. And I know you say, well, moisture may make it frizz. No, if you got my Moisture Plus moisturizer, it won't frizz. It'll just it's going to give you that slickness to the hair and not be too heavy. So you glaze your hands with it. You lay that around your head, making sure you cover your ends. And then you get a silk or satin scarf to tie it down. The best ones are those satin head wraps. We used to have them in the clinic, and they have the little Velcro in the front. They go around for you, and then you tie it around, and there you go. And then you go to bed. But you've wrapped your hair up, and you go to bed. Now, when you get up, if you're a night sweater, and some of you had personal summer, who said I had those? Anyways, some of you have personal summers at night. And if you do, then when you get up, you sit under a cool dryer, or you hold a blow dryer on cool on your hair and make sure your hair is dry so you're not unwrapping sweat. And then once you have your hair dry, finish your makeup, finish getting dressed, finish your shower, finish everything, and then you're ready to take your hair down, and it should maintain, but you got to dress it for bed. If you have coarse hair, you can use your Moisture Plus moisturizer and your oil sheen in a jar, and that'll seal it. Now with you, Kristen, even though you don't have coarse hair, you have more medium hair, and you have some fine strands because you're always doing something with those ends. I don't know. We just gotta have to work on that. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to be strong. We're going to keep working on it. But anyways, those ends, then you're going to need a little bit of, and you have color treated hair. So the oil sheen in a jar will be great for you as well. So I would suggest you layer it with a small amount of Moisture Plus moisturizer, oil sheen in a jar, tie it down, and you are ready to go. Okay, if you guys are just tuning in for the very, very first time, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and I'm here live in the WDI studios and iHeartRadio. Now remember, you can always get my show if you just download the free iHeart app. You can get it, guys, and you can go to my YouTube page. I archive all of my shows. I have hundreds of shows. I was looking the other day, and I was telling someone I have 300 shows. I'm like, wow, I don't. I have like 600. I have a lot of shows. But anyways, I've been on for years, and I am doing this discussion that we have with our hair and the struggles that Black women have. And I've kind of parked here for the last few weeks, and I'm going to continue to stay here because I think that it's a huge issue. Black women spend more money on hair care products than women in any other race on their hair than women in any other race. And we also, studies have shown and statistics show that we actually have more hair problems. What's wrong with that picture? Well, I am a trichologist, and I've decided I treat patients, I tell everyone, I treat patients from African kinky to Asian straight and everything in between. So I am a professional, and I treat patients all the time. But I believe that we have a very special situation here as Black women. We are not getting the kind of attention. We just decided we were going to come to the table and making hair products. Hooray, more companies are making hair products. I'm a trichologist. I have a hair care product line, and more people are giving us that attention, but still not enough. And the big problem is now we're on YouTube and people are looking at this person's hair and saying, "Ooh, I'm going to try that." And they don't really know what they're talking about. So professionals have not really stepped up. So now I'm stepping up more with my show and talking about the struggles that Black women have. And I just want to share something with you. Next week, I am so super excited about our show. We're going to talk about Black women and natural hair at work. Do you think your afro is suitable for a professional workplace? Or is the afro only for divas in Black exploitation films and middle-aged men who wear blackface, pretend to be a young Michael Jackson, and offend everyone on Halloween? Well, we're going to chat and we're going to talk about those struggles about hair at the natural hair at the workplace. So I'm super excited about that. So you got to join me next week and tell your friends to join me. I'll be right here in WDIA Studios and iHeartRadio. So let's see, Michelle, if you have something to say as we move into our main topic about how to prevent hair breakage during and after workouts. Michelle, you have a question for me?
Oh, well, I guess now transition. Well, I will say it's transition. I don't know what you're going to call it. Now, since I have a texturizer and everything, and definitely it's getting warm outside, so I'm trying to get out, do some walking early morning. What I'm doing now is just leaving my hair in my evening dress. Dress my hair for bed thing. I leave it that way, and then I uncover it and comb it and go to work. What should I be doing to make sure that I'm not harming my hair with the morning walk outdoors?
Okay, well, I would suggest for anyone who's walking, it depends on the time of year. If you're doing it right now, you're kind of in those transition seasons. So it may be a little bit cool in the morning, first thing in the morning. And as it gets more into summer, it's going to be a little bit warmer. But what you want to do is always protect. The key with your hair, no matter what's going on, what you're doing, is to protect it and preserve it. And one of the ways you protect and preserve your hair is looking at the season that you're in and the environment that you're about to place yourself, as well as your hair. Think about it. With our body, it's no question. If it's cold outside, you're grabbing a coat or a sweater.
Yes.
You're not running out there sleeveless or with shorts on. Now, some people do. I'm like, okay. But anyways, you're not going to do that. So you got to do the same with your hair. Your hair needs protecting, and you need to preserve the strands. And what do I mean by preserving? You want to make sure that your cuticle layers, your top layers, don't dehydrate. And that's important. And you want to make sure your hair doesn't become polluted. So if you know that you're walking in the spring, this is your transition season, then you're going to have more environmental pollutants, and you're going to have a combination of winter and spring and summer, which means you're going to have a little bit of winter tag, you're going to have a little bit of spring, and then summer. Okay, so you're going to have cooler if you're doing it in the morning. In the evening, it's going to be warmer. And the spring is extremely polluted with all the pollen and all the things that are in the air. So you want to make sure, number one, you want to make sure that you hydrate your hair, because your moisture levels will fluctuate. They may not plummet. They may just fluctuate a little bit. So it may be a little dry. So you always want to moisturize your hair. Some people, if you're so inclined to do so, you may decide to wrap your hair or keep it in a scarf. But if that's not cute enough for you and you just want to put a ponytail on, you still want to moisturize it and put that ponytail on. But take that moisturizer throughout the top of the hair all the way down to the ends, because the cool thing about our Moisture Plus moisturizer is that you will not only hydrate your hair, so you're preserving your hair, but you also will protect it, because it will be like a barrier for things that are happening on the outside. So as long as you cover your hair, or you cover it with your product, Moisture Plus moisturizer, or you cover it with a scarf after you moisturize it, then you should be okay. And if you're sweating, then you need to make sure you don't go more than 48 hours without removing that sweat. And we're going to talk about that soon. So good for you,
Okay.
Michelle. And I'm just going to
All
call
right.
you like transitioning or whatever. Well, you transition from natural hair back to the chemical. And I am not angry with you about that. Like this, quote unquote, I ain't mad at you. And I want my earth mamas out there to not be mad at her either. Because, guys, let's face it, we make a decision on our hair based on what is best for us. And when we don't, and we're not able to do that, or we're criticized because that, it's just as bad as being criticized for having natural hair. Just saying,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Feel out. Okay, so Kristen, what do you got to say? You got to give me some questions from your clients because they have they have lots to say.
Well, I do have clients that's afraid of clarifying, and so just like, and is there a different sort of clarifying shampoo they should have or should get? Like, is there a certain? Well, I know there's a certain pH that they should have in their shampoo, period. But as far as
Mhm.
clarifying their hair and making sure that it's actually clean after
Now,
they've worked
Christian,
out.
I'm going to recommend my shampoo, but I'm going to do one better. I'm going to tell you why. Now, you mentioned pH. First, let's talk about clarifying. Clarifying, and because some people look at clarifying and meaning strip. Clarifying does not necessarily mean that you have stripped your hair. Okay?
And they believe that.
Put the hair at a pure natural state. If you don't believe me, look it up in the dictionary. Webster defines to clarify to put at a pure natural state. Okay, so just remember that, guys. So what you want to do is put your hair at a pure natural state. Shampooing your hair, you have one goal, shampooing your hair. And that one goal is to clean your hair, not to condition your hair, not to do anything but clean it. In the process, you got to protect and preserve it. So clarifying, you must clarify every time you shampoo. You can't shampoo with a conditioner. You cannot you can't clean your hair with hydrating shampoos. I had a patient, she's someone that views my YouTube videos or tunes into my show. And she asked for a cyber consultation. And those of you want to know about those, I'm going to link that to we got to go to our chat room. I'm going to link that to my chat page. And you can go to my page, lisaakbari.com, and you can check out my cyber counseling, because I started this because so many people want to know. But anyway, this lady said she was using a product and she thought that clarifying her hair was stripping her hair. So she got this famous product, and I won't say the name, but she got this famous product that was on the television infomercials, and it was to condition your hair, because all of that information about conditioning your hair was just a big deal. People did not want to their hair. Excuse me, guys, something got in my throat. Well, she decided that she want to use this conditioner instead of shampooing. And she had a tremendous amount of buildup. Matter of fact, her hair started to break. So that was a big deal for her. So I just can't express enough. And I just did a 30-minute counseling session with her through my cyber counseling. And like I said, I'm going to put that link up, but you can go to my page, lisaakbari.com, and you'll be able to find it. But listen, guys, it's a pretty big deal. It's a big deal. So clarifying is crucial. Here's the deal. You have to make sure, and I'm trying to get here and multitask. You guys know how awful I am about multitasking here. But here's the deal. When she tried to do this, she started to have this hair loss. And so with clarifying, the thing that you got to look at, Kristen mentioned, she mentioned the pH. It's crucial. Clarifying means to put at a pure natural state. Stripping will mean to put your hair at not a natural state, but a stripped state. So in other words, what you're going to find is that you're going to have stripping your hair removes what's natural and what's unnatural. Clarifying only removes what's unnatural. So clarifying is important. And again, back to the pH. Your hair has a pH, which is between 4.5 and 5.5. Crucial to stay within that range, the pH 4.5 to 5.5. So that's what you have to do. You have to make sure that you have that pH, protect the hair. That's in your protecting and preserving your hair with that pH. Somebody had something to say.
Yes, ma'am. So, does your shampoo have, like, how do you find that out? Is that information that's available online for the product? Was that information that's available on the bottle when they purchase it? And also, if it's not within the zone, what happens to the hair?
Okay, this is what you do. Two things. One, if you find that information is always going to be on the back of the bottle, that little number over in the corner on the back of the shampoo bottle. Our shampoo pH is 5.5. If it's not on there, then you call the manufacturer, and the manufacturer should be more than happy to give you that pH. Now, if they don't give you that pH, then I would suggest not to use it. If it says clarify and they won't give you the pH, then I would suggest not to use it. Now, Kristen asked another question. She said, what would happen to your hair if you do not work within the pH of your hair? Well, if you don't work within that range, you're going to have a situation where your hair is going to begin to become very dry and brittle. It's going to strip the hair. And if it's not within that pH, but it's a moisturizing shampoo, your hair will become very polluted. So here's the deal. You've got to make sure that you're having a product. We call them clean products. We try to make sure that all of our shampoos, all of the products that we use within our line, especially our shampoos, because it's really more important about the pH with your shampoo than anything. You want to make sure that your shampoo is within that range. So with that, if you have, and I've got there you go, guys, the cyber hair and scalp consultation, it's up there. And then you want to make sure that if you do that, then you're going to have a greater chance of not having a problem with that shampoo. If you don't have within the range over a period of time, the cuticle layer will become worn and thin. You'll start seeing hair that won't hold a style. You'll start seeing hair that breaks easily, and start seeing hair or noticing your hair will not hold its moisture. And those are things that people struggle with all the time. So that's something you really want to watch for. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in for the very first time, I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. And for the next 25 minutes or so, unless you have a cyber hair and scalp consultation, I will be your hair doctor. We're talking about hair, the struggles that Black women have with their hair. And we have on our Google Hangout, we have Michelle and Kristen, and they're giving us those questions, and I'm giving the answers to folks who out there. You have the questions, they have, I have the answers. And we're going to go to our chat room now, and we've got a question. And Monica, hello, Monica, welcome. We have a question. She's from, I think it's Izzy 808. She said, hello, what is your opinion on using an old flat iron? Does it really damage your hair? When she says an old flat iron, it's not whether the flat iron is brand new or the flat iron is used. It's all about the amount of heat. It's never how often you flat iron your hair. It's never about, it's like some patients will say, I only flat iron once a year, but it's not about that. It's about what happens on contact. So if you flat iron your hair and your hair, the temperature is higher than your hair can tolerate, whether you have a new flat iron or whether you have an old flat iron, then you are going to have a problem with your hair burning. Your hair, so let me give you the temperatures, guys. If you have fine hair, you want to stay around 100, 150 degrees. If you have medium hair, you want to stay around 300 degrees. If you have coarse hair, you can go up to 400 degrees and maybe a little higher. But here's the deal. We have many patients and clients and customers who come in who have coarse hair at the scalp, medium hair in the middle, fine hair on the ends. So what temperature should you use? You should use the temperature for the weakest link. What is the weakest link? Fine hair. So you got to stay around 150. Well, you say, hey, that's not going to straighten my coarse hair. That's true. So you shouldn't flat iron. Sorry. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what you're going to do is you're going to get it hot enough for the coarse hair, burn the medium hair, and then burn the fine hair. So be careful. The next question is, I have an old that's 11. I think she's saying she has an 11-year-old. She's been using, I don't know. I'm not sure of the question. She said, I have an old that I've been using for about 11 years, and the plates are not any longer coated with the ceramic that they came with. And I think that's that's the same from the same person. So that's what she's saying. The ceramic has worn off. Here's the deal. We've had people to say, well, if you use a ceramic or a titanium or a iron that's, a special blend from space that gives you this protection. No, nana. Don't believe it, guys. It's all about the temperature. If your hair can tolerate that temperature, and that makes a difference based on the size of your strand, in other words, the texture. If you have coarse hair, then yeah, it does. So it doesn't matter if there's no snags in it. If you can no longer gauge the temperature and it's that old, throw it out, get a new one. But just because some of those things have worn off, but you can, the ceramic or whatever is coating has worn off, not a problem. As long as you have a protector. I'm going to recommend my cool down. So I'm going to put a link up here on my website and on my chat room so you can see that cool down. And you can just click on it on my website, lisaakbari.com. So you have to have a good protector that's going to actually help you with the style, getting that slick you want, smooth body and straight hair. Also, and Christian, we got to get you some of that. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, we want to make sure that you have the cool down on the hair, and then you want to make sure you stay with the temperature. You are so welcome, my dear. We're going to chat now. If you need that cyber consultation, you just let me know. But if you're smart about it, you can tune in every week on my show, get it for free. So no worries. You're so welcome, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, because you know what? You're my sisters. You are my cyber family. You're my family out there. I feel it's my responsibility to take what God has given me and to give it back. You know that saying, there's more in that hand. If you open it up, you can get more in there. Keep it shut. You won't give anything out, but you won't get anything in. So I'm a firm believer of giving back what God has given me, and giving it back to my sisters, because again, Black women suffer so much with hair and scalp problems, and it's not fair. Women in general, but my sisters out there, whether you're wearing relaxer, color, whether you're wearing, rocking your natural hair, we're struggling, and I want to be there for you. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, or if you're just tuning in, I am Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. And for the next about 15 minutes, we're talking about hair and the struggles that Black women have with their hair. We're going to get our panel back in on this. So let's see what you have to say. Hey guys, what do you have to say today?
Okay. Well, now I know that far as that actually natural hair and everything, a lot of people have asked this question too. I guess one of the biggest questions, I know we've pretty much covered it, but I want to, I guess, reiterate on it again. The fact of what is my hair needing when it's hard and brittle? I've been wearing natural hair for a long time, but yet and still, I may see some curls, but I find myself going in and out of my natural curl pattern. Or where is my natural curl pattern? What can I do about that?
Okay, yeah. So you're saying that, and I just want to make sure I got this correct. You're saying that some women are struggling because they have natural hair, but their curl pattern is no longer as curly. Is that what you're saying, as it once was?
Yes.
Okay. So what's happening with your hair? Your hair may be what we call over processed with a heated tool. If you're natural hair and you're flat ironing your hair and you are no longer seeing the kind of curl pattern that you once had, you may be what I call over-processed with the heated tool. Now, what does that mean? What that's saying is that your natural hair, there are two ways to over-process the hair. No, over-processing your hair, the first way is with a chemical. Obviously, no problem, easy peasy. A chemical relaxer or color. You can do color, like Christian loves to bleach her hair out. It's beautiful. It goes great with her skin color. A lot of people want to do that. But if you're not careful, you can overprocess your hair. The other way is with pressured heat and properly used. And that's with a heated tool. So how does this happen? How does our hair straighten anyway, in the first place? The way our hair straightens is by one, your cuticle layer, the chemical is put on your hair. The cuticle layer begins to open up. It allows that chemical to go into the cortex. The cortex is where your color changes occur. That's why so many people, when they wear relaxers over a period of time and they overprocess, they will see their hair get lighter because your color pigments are held in the same area where your chemical changes occur. Your structural changes occur, which is your relaxer. Your hair goes from kinky to straight, or if you have straight hair, it goes from straight to a wave. And then you have your strength bonds there. So all of this is in the cortical fibers. Well, when you press your hair, flat iron, or use a pressing comb or whatever heated tool you're using, if you have the temperature hotter than your hair can tolerate, then you're going to have an issue with one. You're going to have issue with pressing out the cuticle, flattening the cortex. So it's going to look like you have a relaxer. So now you have, and y'all call it heat damage over the internet. You knew with some kind of damage, you're like, I think I have heat damage. So that's the buzzword. That's the buzzword now. But really, it's chemical. It's really heated tool, mechanical damage. It's overprocessed from a heated tool. So with the relaxer, you go in, you relax the hair, change the structural changes, rinse out. If it stays in there too long, you overprocess with relaxer. With a heated tool, you burn it from the top down. So it starts to your strand gets smaller, burning the cuticle away. The cortical fibers are exposed. You flatten them, you straighten your hair. So that's what's happening. So what we want to do again is to go back to our temperature. Very good question, Michelle. You guys got some outstanding questions.
So what about our bald beauties, our ladies, like we spoke about the woman that's a part of Empire earlier? What's the maintenance for that? Because you would think there's no maintenance for it. You would wash your hair.
That's a great question. Sidra Smith over with Empire, she shaved her head and she's rocking her bald head. And there's some other ladies that are doing that. We talked about that earlier. You've got to, this is what I tell my female patients and my male patients who rock their shaved head. You gotta look at, when you're deciding about shampooing, there's a couple things you want to look at. One, you want to look at how often do I need to shampoo? What is my environment? Like, how often am I working out? Those kind of things. Then you also look at how exposed your scalp is. So when you have short hair, it's a difference than when you have hair like as much as I have or that you guys have. If you have really short hair, then your hair, your pollutants from the outside don't have an opportunity to be trapped in your hair before they work their way to your scalp. So now you have environmental pollutants and cosmetic pollutants that you may use on your hair on your scalp immediately. If you walk out the building to your car, you're exposed. So you should shampoo daily. If you're rocking a shaved head, just like you shower every day, you should shampoo your scalp every day. Because if not, you will end up with those pollutants, and they're environmental, cosmetic, and of course our dead skin cells, scalp pollutants. They will begin to solidify. You'll start to have an itchy scalp, irritation, things like that. And if you're out in the spring or times like that, you can get these pollen and all these things that irritate and itch, and you'll have a problem with that. So it's crucial to shampoo daily. So that's the long answer to a short question. But yes, if you're going to rock your bald head, which is cool, Sidra looks good, okay? But if that's for you, all right. But if you're gonna rock your bald head, then go on, or shaved head, then you need to shampoo daily, and you need to use a clarifier.
Okay, I
And
see
after
what you're saying. So
moisture,
is scalp health just dependent on, like, for those that's rocking bald heads? Is it just shampooing? Do they have the deep condition? Like, should they moisturize and then put a oil sheen or oil on top? That
okay,
whole process that we go through.
right. What you have to do when you have a bald head or shaved, you have to look at what are you doing and why are you using with any product. If you have no hair or short hair, then you need less hair products, because keeping hair products. Okay, so all of our hair products are scalp and hair friendly, but you don't need a lot of hair products if you don't have hair. So if you've got short and you're rocking your short shaved hair, then you need to protect and preserve your scalp. Strands, you want to make sure that they're not all rough and dry. So you don't have to deep condition, because you're shaving that hair right back off. The reason why you deep condition is because you're trying to keep that hair healthy, but you're going to shave that hair off so you don't have to worry about keeping that hair healthy. So you don't have to deep condition. But what you do have to do, because you're concerned about how it feels and how it looks. So you have, cosmetically speaking, you have to do things like put your hair vitamins on it, or your moisturizer in your oil sheen in a jar. So not to confuse. So which one should you use? One, if you have at least if you have a fourth of an inch, no worries. And it's super kinky, you need to use hair vitamins and moisture. If you have a fourth of an inch and it's kind of a wave pattern, medium degree of kinkiness, then you just have to use the moisturizer. If you have straight hair, then you have to just shave straight oily hair. Now, I'm not talking about you sisters who have such a build up so your hair is kind of oily. No. I'm talking about you straight hair sisters who are rocking your hair shaved. Then all you need to do is shampoo, because you're just cleaning. You got the oil glands that are really active, and no worries. But if you're having brittle hair, remember, hair products are cosmetically speaking and cosmetically driven. They're there to help you look better and feel better, your hair. So that's the deal. But your scalp is your foundation. So always, 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 whether you're wearing relaxed hair, natural hair, whether you're wearing short hair or long hair, you need to make sure that you keep your hair clean, and you need to keep your hair, you need to make sure you protect the hair and preserve the hair that's there and the scalp. Okay, sounds good. Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit about how to prevent hair breakage during the workouts. Okay, here's the deal. Most people have problems with working out. Let's check our chat room. And let me just say this. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, before we go to how to prevent breakage during workout and our last few minutes, I'm trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. And today I'm here with Christian and Michelle as we hang out on Google Hangouts. But I'm right here in the WDI studios live here at iHeartRadio. And we're talking about hair. We're talking about the struggles that Black women have with their hair. That's right, guys. I am a professional. I'm a trichologist, but I am parked right here with this topic because our sisters, we seem to have more hair and scalp problems than women in any other race, and we seem to spend more money and time on our hair than women in any other race. So now we're trying to work out and we're trying to look good. So if you're just tuning in for the very first time, or if you're tuning in, I am trichologist Lisa Akbari. I'm here each and every week right here in the WDI studios and iHeartRadio. So you can always join me. And Karen just joined and she said, hello, when will your natural line come out? Karen, I know you're wearing me thin, Karen, but wouldn't be a bad thing to wear me thin, because I am trying to. Okay, that's another topic in another show. But Karen, hold on. That's what I tell. My favorite talk show host, Bev Johnson, she says, hold on. Hold on. Okay, can you rinse hair after a workout? So Karen, we're going to dive right into that. Karen wanted to know, and thank you, Karen, for joining me. Can you rinse your hair after a workout, or should we rinse or shampoo the hair? Now, here's the deal, Karen. When you work out, you can rinse, but that is not what's going to solve the problem or address what you're trying to address. Why are we trying to put water on our hair anyway? Why are we trying to put shampoo on it? We're trying to remove waste and salt. When we work out, we create something, we create waste and salt that dumps from our scalp. It's just our oil glands, our sweat glands, all of our pores are active. Sweat helps to regulate body temperature, and it also helps to make sure that we just kind of detox our scalp. Well, you got to clean that away, especially after 48 hours. After 48 hours, you start to get a buildup and your hair is going to be really dry. So water alone will not do it, Karen. So you cannot just rinse the hair, and that's not going to do it. You need to clean it. So within 48 hours, you need to use a shampoo, but you need to do a quick fix. Because if you do not shampoo your hair, and we're going to talk about the quick fix in the next few minutes. If you don't shampoo your hair, you're going to have an issue with your hair breaking, becoming dry and brittle. To use a shampoo, you need to use a clarifier, pH 4.5 to 5.5, and you need to make sure you run a conditioner through that hair for 60 seconds, and then you need to put on all your towel blotted and put all your leave-in products on, and then you're ready for your quick fix style, which can be a shampoo and go. And the shampoo and go, you need hair vitamins, your leave-in conditioner, you need a moisturizer, you need to make sure that you use your fingers and thumb, and smooth through your hair, pull it back in a scrunchie, finish your makeup, finish drying off, and then you can take that scrunchie off with a headband. You're ready to go. Okay, Karen? But you do need to shampoo. You need to shampoo, because if you don't, you're going to dry out and you're going to have problems later on. So guys, we are almost out of time. This has been a great show. She said, please, what are quick fixes? Yeah, Karen, I just described it. A quick fix. I did it really quickly because we're running out of time. A quick fix is, I'll get it on the dryer with your conditioner. One application of shampoo, 60 seconds on your conditioner, all in the shower, popping out the towel, wrapping your head up with a towel, blotting it dry, then going and putting your hair vitamins on, your leave-in conditioner, putting on your moisturizer, and then pulling your hair straight back in a scrunchie for a few minutes. Then put the headband on and put a little oil sheen in a jar on your hair, and then put that headband on and go. That's your quick fix, Karen. If you send me an email asking that, I will repeat this by sending you a little video response, okay? All right, Miss Karen. Okay, guys, we're almost out of time. I want to thank Michelle, because she is always, Michelle, get ready, because we definitely want you to get us some of those clients. Yes, you can twist with a quick fix, Karen. You surely can. But we want you to get some of those clients, patients, or customers. But if you're going to quick fix if you're going to twist with a quick fix, and I want to address this because whatever Karen's asking, somebody else wants to know as well. If you're going to twist it, make sure that you give your hair a few minutes with your vitamins and your moisturizer on and your oil sheen in a jar, and let it dry natural a little bit, just hanging, and then go back and twist it. Okay, thank you, Karen. All right, cool. Okay, so Christian, thank you as well for joining the show. You always have something for me. You know, you and Michelle have the absolute best questions ever, and I love you for it. Next week, guys, we are going to talk about natural hair in the workplace. Do you think your afro is suitable for a professional workplace, or is the afro only for divas and black exploitation films and middle-aged men who wear blackface, pretending to be a young Michael Jackson while they're offending everyone on Halloween? Gross. Chat with me as we talk about the struggles that women have with natural hair. I'm going to be here right here with you next week, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about natural hair. Is it still a problem? You know, guys, I thought this was over. And a lot of that is because I'm like the turtle with my head in the sand. My Trichology Institute, I allow my team members to wear their hair whatever way they want to wear their hair. Just express yourself. I just ask that you make it healthy, keep it healthy there, because we're trying to help people and folks. So yeah, we're going to talk about that next week. So tell your friends. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Michelle. And we will see you guys next week right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. This is a much needed conversation, as someone said. So yes, we're going to be right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. And I'm here each and every week. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. To God be the glory in Jesus. Have a wonderful, blessed morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on when you are tuning in, because you know we are archived. Bye, guys. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.